It's almost summer intensive season. And yes, when I said season, I was imagining SZN in my mind, because wow, really cool way to start this video, Kirsten. Great. Okay, anyway, it's summer intensive season. I want to give you some tips on how to get the most out of your summer intensive because y'all, I know they're exciting, they're fun, but they're also nerve-wracking. I remember when I was preparing to go to summer intensives for like 5 or 6 weeks in different cities, I was like, oh, what if people don't like me? What if I hate it? What if I'm the worst dancer there? And there are just so many what ifs and it can be scary. There are some ways that you can really get more out of your summer intensive experience if you're more mindful. Like you can have more fun, you can improve more as a dancer, and just have a very fulfilling experience if you apply these tips. So let's get into them, shall we? Number 1, bring a notebook and take notes. It's a simple thing. You can put them in your phone as well, but I really am grateful that I did this when I was younger. A lot of times when you go to summer intensives, you get this amazing benefit of being exposed to world-class instructors, or just instructors that have a different and interesting point of view. And there's just no way you're going to consciously remember everything they say if you just leave it to your memory. So it's important to actually, at the end of the day or on your lunch break, write down some of your favorite points that you learned from that teacher, or write down corrections that they're giving you, or explanations that they gave that are different than what you've gotten at home on how to do certain steps. That's going to be so helpful for you, and you're going to be able to look back at that and be like, wow, I really got so much out of this summer intensive program. Tip number 2 is to remember that any experience, any program is what you make it. I know sometimes we can get really disappointed when we're not going to the dream summer program because we didn't get into that one, and we're going to one that's like your second, third, fourth favorite, or like the only one you got into. Or when you get there, even if you're at your dream program, it can feel like, oh, I'm just having such a terrible time because I'm not the favorite here and the teachers are ignoring me, they don't like me, and everyone's better than me. This is the moment to really remember that you get to make this experience work for you, especially if externally it's not really like making you super happy. This is a chance for you to ask yourself, what do I want to get out of this experience? What am I here to do? Are you there to make friends, have fun, improve, get into their year-round program? Whatever that is, all those are totally fine. Whatever it is for you, great, but just identify what do you want to get out of it, and then ask yourself, how can you help yourself get that out of your experience? Is it personalizing corrections from other dancers that weren't directed towards you? Is it practicing extra on your lunch break or after class is over? Is it choosing to let go of the expectation that you need to get all this attention to have a good time? You can do something to make a better experience for yourself. So identify how you want to make the experience work for you and start taking steps to make that happen. Tip number 3 is to be really open-minded. It is very normal to get to these summer programs and to experience teaching styles that are different, maybe in a way that you disagree with or you find uncomfortable. Sometimes you'll be so excited, you're like, maybe if you're like me, anytime I would have a balance sheet instructor who was like a dancer under Mr. B himself, I would be like, yes. I never got into SAB, so I was just like living. But then there were also teachers where I was like, oh, that seems wrong. I would start to just get a little like closed-minded about their approach and think, oh, I don't like it, I don't agree with it. And that's fine, you're allowed to disagree, but do treat it as an opportunity to be more versatile. Grow in your versatility and actually really go along with it. Have an open mind, and remember that if you just really go along with it, give it a try, at least you'll know how to do that approach in the future if you need to. But you can always go back to your home school and not use that approach anymore. But for the time being, have an open mind and really give new approaches a try. Hey dancers, I hope you're really enjoying this video so far. I want to briefly share something with those of you who have been experiencing things like low self-esteem,
performance anxiety, self-doubt, putting a lot of pressure on yourself, comparison, caring a lot about what other people think, relying on external validation. I could go on and on and on about a lot of these common mental struggles that a lot of us dancers face, especially if you're dancing and training and performing at a high level. If that's something you've been experiencing and you really long to have the mental skills and support to be able to overcome performance anxiety, know how to perform well under pressure, overcome self-doubt, and actually start to trust and believe in yourself for real and build real confidence so you can enjoy dancing again and perform to your highest potential, if that's something that you want, that's exactly what the Confident Dancer Coaching Program is designed to help you do. This is my individual mindset coaching program that I've designed to help dancers build a healthy mindset that actually helps them to feel and perform their best consistently. If this is something you're interested in seeing, if it's a good fit for you, just click the link below to visit theconfidentdancer.com, learn all about what the program includes, how it works, read incredible testimonials from past clients that I've worked with, and schedule a free 30-minute consultation where you and I can connect, discuss your goals and challenges, and see honestly if working together would be a great fit for you personally. That's the best next step, and since it's no strings attached and totally risk-free to you, might as well give yourself the gift of pursuing this and seeing if it could really be that thing to take you to the next level in your dancing. So if that's something you resonate with or interested in, again, head to theconfidentdancer.com, and I look forward to connecting with you there. All right, let's head into the rest of the video. Tip number 4 is to remember to not let yourself get so defeated if you're not the center of attention or you're just not getting the level of attention that you want. I completely empathize with how frustrating that can be. However, one thing I really, really wish that I knew or had been encouraged in when I was younger is just to remember that fighting to be the center of attention and being so obsessed with what did the teachers think of me? Am I a favorite? Did they see me? Did I get a correction? I think it was just such a waste of energy to be so obsessed with it. And the dancers, ironically, who seemed like they weren't like so attached to getting attention and like trying so hard to be seen, I think that they did kind of attract more attention because they just weren't so like desperate for it. They just embodied that groundedness that naturally attracts attention. Remember that you are there to learn, to grow, to improve, to have fun, to make friends. You're not just there to get attention. And remember that you won't ultimately remember 10 years from now, like who paid all this attention to you or the fact that you didn't get all this attention from one teacher. It does not determine your destiny. So remember what you're there to do and that it's not just a popularity contest. Tip number 5 is really to put yourself out there to make friends while you're there. And I say this because I know that can be scary and intimidating to not know like how to go up and talk to people or make friends, but it really is what can make summer intensive so fun and memorable and enriching. And let me tell you, these people will be your network, especially if you stay in the ballet world. Like, you will stay connected to them like forever. Okay, so there are still people that I met when I was like 14 or 15 years old that I am connected with, that I've seen in person later in life. We reconnected at company auditions or later summer intensives. It's crazy and it is so cool. So make sure to put yourself out there to make friends while you're there, because you really will have friends to rely on when you go to other auditions one day. You'll have a familiar face to say hi to if you connected with them. You'll have a place to stay while you're out of town for an audition one day, or you'll be able to ask them like, hey, you dance for this company, do you like it there? It is so valuable. You guys, so valuable. A great way that you can do this if you're intimidated is just to ask people questions about themselves. Like, you don't have to have all the perfect things to say. Just simply start by smiling and saying like, hey, where are you from? Where do you train? What do you like about the intensive? What other places did you audition for? What other intensives have you gone to? Are you trying to stay here year round? Like, just ask them little things about themselves, and then it will naturally evolve from there if it's a good fit. But that's just a great entry point. Like, simple questions that you could ask that just gets the conversation started. The last tip is to remember that other dancers are nervous and intimidated too. It is so easy to get intimidated and to see these other dancers and to think like, oh my gosh, they're so much better than me. I'm the worst one here. But meanwhile, you don't know if they're looking at you and thinking the same thing.
chances are you probably hadn't thought of that as a possibility. I definitely didn't. I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? And then one of my friends that I made at the summer intensive I was at, she told me weeks later that she saw me and my sister dancing in the placement class and she thought verbatim, what am I doing here? We ended up at the same level, you know, and we got like similar amounts of attention. See, it's just a matter of perspective. And remember that since you're feeling nervous and intimidated going into it, you're very likely to assume that other dancers are way better than you. And you're likely to also put yourself down and think a lot lower of yourself than you actually deserve. You're probably doing better than you think. So remember that you are there for a reason because you do belong. And do your best to not let the fear of just the unknown and the newness of all of it let you feel like you don't belong there, you're the worst. Don't let that get to you so much. And I know that's like way easier said than done, but I just really wish I knew that going into my intensives when I was younger. So dancers, that's it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what summer intensives you are going to this year. I would love to know and cheer you on. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye bye.